Hello, my friends. Welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Fiona, and today we're going to learn another 10 common idioms, phrases, and sentences that native English speakers use every single day. These expressions are super useful, and I promise by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what they mean and how to use them naturally in your own conversations. Learning these expressions will help you sound more natural and confident when you speak English. They're the kind of phrases you'll hear in movies, TV shows, and real conversations with American friends. So grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Number 1, I'm a little rusty. This is a common phrase that means you're not as good at something as you used to be because you haven't done it in a while. Think of it like an old bicycle that sits outside and gets rusty because nobody rides it. When you say you're rusty at something, it means your skills aren't as sharp because you haven't practiced recently. We use this phrase when we want to explain that we might not do something perfectly because we're out of practice. It's actually a very polite way to lower expectations before you try something. For example, imagine you haven't played piano in 2 years and your friend asks you to play a song. You might say, "I'm a little rusty, but I'll try." Here's another one. Let's say you used to speak Spanish well in college, but now your friend wants you to translate something. You could say, "I'm a little rusty with my Spanish, so give me a minute." Number 2, I split the bill. This is a very practical phrase that means you divide the cost of something equally among the people who are sharing it. In American culture, it's very common for friends to split the bill when they go out to eat together. Each person pays their fair share instead of one person paying for everything. This phrase is super useful when you're out with friends or colleagues. For example, after dinner with 3 friends, someone might say, "Should we split the bill 4 ways?" Here's another one. Maybe you and your roommate order pizza together. You could say, "Let's split the bill so it's $10 each." Number 3, test the water. This is an idiom that means to try something carefully first before you fully commit to it. Imagine you want to swim in a lake, but you're not sure if the water is too cold. You might put your toe in first to test the water temperature. That's exactly what this idiom means, to try something small first to see if it's a good idea. We use this expression when we want to be careful about new situations or decisions. For example, if you're thinking about starting a new business, you might say, "I want to test the water first by selling a few products online." You might hear something like, "I'm not sure if I want to move to that city, so I'll test the water by visiting for a weekend first." Number 4, go down the rabbit hole. This is a fun idiom that comes from the story of Alice in Wonderland. It means to get so interested in something that you spend much more time on it than you planned. Usually, it happens when you start researching something online and end up reading about completely different topics for hours. This phrase is perfect for describing what happens when you get distracted by interesting information. For example, you might say, "I was looking up one recipe online, but I went down the rabbit hole and spent 3 hours reading about cooking techniques." People often say, "I started watching one video about cats and I went down the rabbit hole. Now it's midnight and I've watched 50 cat videos." Before we continue with the rest of our expressions, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you're finding this lesson helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us create more content like this for you. We post new English lessons every single day, so subscribing means you'll never miss out on improving your English skills. Number 5, a lot of buzz. This phrase means there's a lot of excitement, talk, or interest about something. Think of the sound that bees make when they're flying around. That buzzing sound represents all the excitement and conversation happening around a topic. We use this phrase to describe when everyone is talking about something new or exciting. For example, if a new restaurant opens in your neighborhood and everyone is excited to try it, you could say, "There's a lot of buzz about that new Italian place." Here's another one. Maybe a new movie is coming out and all your friends are talking about it. You might say, "There's a lot of buzz about the new superhero movie." Number 6, what do you call this cuisine? This is a question we ask when we want to know the name or type of food we're eating. Cuisine is a fancy word for a style of cooking, usually from a specific country or region. This question is very useful when you're trying new foods and want to learn more about them. You'll hear this question a lot in restaurants or when eating at someone's house. For example, if you're at a friend's house and they serve you something delicious but unfamiliar, you might ask, "This is amazing. What do you call this cuisine?" You might hear something like, "I love these spices. What do you call this cuisine? Is it Thai or Vietnamese?" Number 7, on your behalf. This phrase means doing something for someone else or representing them. When you do something on someone's behalf, you're acting as their representative or doing them a favor. It's like you're stepping in to help them when they can't do it themselves. This phrase is useful in both casual and professional situations. For example, if your friend is sick and can't attend a meeting, you might say, "I'll speak to the teacher on your behalf and explain why you're absent." People often say, "I called the company on your behalf to complain about the broken product you bought." Number 8, I was wrong about you. This is a sentence we use when we change our opinion about someone. Usually, it means you first thought something negative about a person, but then you discovered they're actually much better than you originally believed. It's a way of admitting you made a mistake in judging someone. This phrase often comes up when people surprise us in a good way. For example, maybe you thought your new coworker was unfriendly, but then they helped you with a difficult project. You might say, "I was wrong about you. You're actually really kind and helpful." Here's another one. Perhaps you thought someone was not very smart, but they solved a problem you couldn't figure out. You could say, "I was wrong about you. You're much smarter than I realized." Number 9, why are you so dressed up? This is a question we ask when someone is wearing much nicer clothes than usual. When someone is dressed up, it means they're wearing formal or fancy clothing. We ask this question because we're curious about the special occasion or reason. This is a very common question in everyday conversation. For example, if your roommate usually wears jeans and a t-shirt, but today they're wearing a suit, you might ask, "Why are you so dressed up? Do you have a job interview?" You might hear something like, "Why are you so dressed up for grocery shopping? Are you meeting someone special?" Number 10, what does this have to do with me? This is a question we ask when we don't understand why something concerns us or affects us. Sometimes people tell us information that seems unrelated to our life, and we use this question to ask for clarification. This question can sound a bit direct, so be careful about your tone when you use it. For example, if your friend is complaining about their neighbor's loud music, but you live in a different building, you might ask, "What does this have to do with me?" People often say this when someone asks them to help with something that doesn't seem like their responsibility, like, "What does this have to do with me? I wasn't even there when it happened." And that's our lesson for today. We've covered 10 really useful expressions that you'll hear native English speakers use all the time. Remember, the key to learning these phrases is practice. Try to use them in your daily conversations, even if you feel a little rusty at first. Don't worry about making mistakes. That's how we learn. I hope you found this lesson helpful and that you'll start using these expressions with confidence. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends who are also learning English. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our daily English lessons. Leave a comment below and let me know which expression was your favorite or if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's lesson. Keep practicing and remember, every day is a great day to improve your English.